Hello, my name is Thea Cannon. I'd like to start with throwing a prayer up and asking for guidance first. Please, ELOHIM of YAH, please let me be your vessel. Please let me ignore Satan, Hashatan. Please let me hear only you, your being, your Yakid, Yeshua, your Mashiach, please. Please, ELOHIM. Yah willing. Okay. So I've been reflecting with ELOHIM over the last couple of days in regards to my last post and in regards to the Jews. I wish to appeal to them. For without you, I would never have known the ELOHIM of YAH. I wouldn't have known Yeshua. Wouldn't have known about the Ruach HaKodesh. I wouldn't have known any of it. So I owe you a lot for keeping ELOHIM alive within you. You have been deceived by some now for a while. Yah, your father, he's asking you to read your scriptures. He's actually begging you to read your scriptures because he loves the Jews. If not for the Jews, then we wouldn't know about the ELOHIM of YAH. So I'm very thankful to them that they kept the ELOHIM alive for generations, speaking about him within the family, passing that information on. And in scriptures. For without them I would not have known about the ELOHIM of YAH. As everyone refers to as God. And his son, his Yakid, his Bane, Yeshua, which was a Jewish man again. So, I love the Jews. For without them, I wouldn't have Yah and Yeshua and Ruach HaKodesh. So, I suppose what the ELOHIM of YAH have been trying to tell me to ask is all. Everyone believes that we have to have this war and everything. I'd like to believe that it's a spiritual war. And Yeshua said that it was a spiritual war. So I'm asking for the ELOHIM and asking of all of you to flood the Jews and the Muslims with the word of Yeshua. Tell them how lucky they are because he was a Jew just like them. Tell them how lucky they were that they were the lucky people that were chosen by Yah, our Father, by the ELOHIM, to pass this message on to all of us. So without them, we would not be here right now. We all wouldn't. So I suppose I'm asking on behalf of the ELOHIM to do a spiritual warfare. To flood them with love. To flood them with love. Because that's what the ELOHIM of YAH is, love. Flood them with your words of encouragement and how lucky they are that they were chosen people to pass this message on. How lucky they are that Yeshua was born in Bethlehem, a Jew. Maybe instead of criticizing them, and maybe we should tell them just how lucky they are, not criticize. There are evil amongst them. There is evil amongst all of us. No matter where you look, no matter what race, no matter what people, There are good and there are bad people. Elohim would like to believe that the bad would seek redemption, turn around and come back. There are some that enjoy evil, like Hashatan. I've been shown a lot. And I did study different religions and so forth to find the true religion, or not a religion, the true belief, which is the ELOHIM of YAH, which is Yeshua. Yeshua is the only way. If you learn about him, you learn about how to be a good person, because he was sinless. So he showed us perfectly how the Father behaves, how the Father is, how Yah is. He showed us perfectly. So I try to be like him. It's very hard. Or maybe that's Hashatan picking on me. Oh, to do good, to be good to everyone, to not rise above anyone, to be equal. This is what Yeshua said. So the spiritual warfare, I would love it if everyone just flooded them with love and encouragement and told them how lucky they were that they were chosen people to bring the message of Yeshua, of the Elohim. And I have to bring up something else too, a conspiracy theory, which will end up being reality soon. Whew, it's a hard one. I'm still wrapping my head around it. There's a so-called Planet X. Now I find out it may fit within scripture. It does? Fuck. So, based on the scenario of Planet X, and it's coming towards us, and apparently it interrupts everything within this planet, and the so-called climate change is actually just the planet's effects. So when this Planet X is actually approaching near us. Now some have actually gone into thinking, and I'm with them, that maybe this planet came around during Noah's Ark, during when Moses split the Great Red Sea and led us out of captivity from Egypt. And some people believe this planet's been going past and creating havoc, which would have been created by Yah, by the Elohim. So I can't fear. Oof. Everything was created by the ELOHIM of YAH. So I have heard for a while that this is meant to be the last time. So that's why the fallen angels, whatever name you want to call them, are a bit worried. Because on previous trips, it's done a lot of harm to the planet. And I have been following the weather events for a few years now. And it says in scripture that there will be earthquakes and volcanoes in diverse places and so forth, and this will be the start of the birthing pains. So, I'm wondering if we've been deceived into thinking that these fallen angels and so forth want to get control of us before this planet comes. I don't really know. I don't know what's going to happen when it does come. Some people believe we're going to be raptured up, the good people. And the people left behind will have to try and find their ELOHIM of YAH during this period. It is true. Oh, fuck. I always hoped we weren't. I was always hoping that we would all be saved, even the bad. And when they seen Yeshua, they would realise and seek redemption. Know that he was real. He's there. But he's not. So, if there is to be a rapture, if I am to leave these people behind that I love, I would pray you would all find the ELOHIM of YAH. And maybe you'd know that I wasn't so crazy after all. Because of my love for my family, for friends and everyone. Those that have been lost, I just kept hoping that they wouldn't have to endure what Hashtan and Satan and his minions got planned. And maybe they won't. Maybe this is a spiritual warfare. Because I know that if the Jews in Israel accepted Yeshua and they call out to him, then he will come. So, I ask you again. Flood the Jews with your love. And get them to see Yeshua. So that we can all be saved. Oh, fuck. So whatever happens, happens. I asked if I would be taken with them. Of course, yes. I didn't take nothing for granted. It's an endless process of making sure you don't listen to Ashtan, Satan. Doing your research. Find them. So, if this planet does come, and you find that there's a lot of good people taken, don't lose hope. Find the ELOHIM of YAH, because you still can be taken. Because I love you all, they love you all, and they want everyone. You know, we're all deceived throughout the world, throughout creation. I'm deceived here in Australia. I've looked into the history. I've been shown by the ELOHIM things, which has not blinded me so. We have a very dark history here in Australia, one that they don't talk about. My home state where I was born is Tasmania, and I'm back there again, Tasmania, Australia. My ancestors go back to when Tasmania used to be called Van Diemen's Land. And Tasmania, not many people know this, was one of the worst genocides in the world. Throughout history, they wiped out every Tasmanian Aboriginal. Some that were left, they shipped them off to an island and left them to freeze to death and starve. No one really talks about this because it was done by our government. So we all have dark histories that our governments have tried to cover over. If we don't acknowledge them, how do we learn from it? Never to do it again. How do we learn how they deceived us into doing these things? So it needs to be talked about so we can learn how they do this to us and stop it. Because I'm very sorry for what happened here in Australia to the people that own this land in the beginning. They didn't own it, that was the thing. They lived a nomad lifestyle, or their spirituality was oneness, so everyone never took what they didn't need. They shared, they looked after the earth. And then we came along. Well, my ancestors came along and decided that Terra Nova and Terra Nova or something like that, where if you're on the land, you own the land. And they kicked them off. And they did horrible, dreadful things to them. One of the places I worked, which was community service, used to send around newspaper articles when they were first settling Australia. I read these articles. Okay. I won't talk about what is in them, but I suggest you read it. It's horrible. Be warned. What they did to the Aboriginal people is horrible. So we all have something that our governments have tried to cover up. We as people need to discuss these things so we can learn from them, so we don't repeat our mistakes, and so we can have a healing. I suppose I did that because I don't want kids to feel like I'm after one person, one race, one nationality, because we all have something within our countries that has been covered over. So, spiritual warfare, flood them with your love. Flood everyone with your love. So evil can't survive when good prevails. Love you all. Good night.